Hey, Nadia.
Hey, Tana. Hey.
Let me see if I can stop. Oh, I cannot stop the recording.
Me neither. I just checked immediately. It's a bit of a scary thing when you just enter. It's
I
like
know.
recording or
Let's
story.
just let's behave.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Jake.
Jackie.
How are you? Oh, so, Hyana, your class, it's intense.
I'm so exhausted.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so exhausted that I remember now why I didn't finish my master's. I'm so tired. I
I
had to
mean,
be up so early, and then they release like 10, 15 videos for you to watch, and I have to read 3 papers to prepare for a class. I'm exhausted, and it just started yesterday.
I told you, I don't know. I know how I survived my master's program. It was cigarettes, Red Bull, and I was not healthy when I was getting my master's. That's for sure. Oh my
I'm so
god.
tired.
Oh, gosh.
And it lasts just 1 month, but yeah, the professor just said yesterday, don't expect it to be easy. And I underestimated it in the beginning. So that's kind of like my heads up there that I'm not gonna join the team meetings. I'm gonna read the agendas and see, leave my input because I have to catch up with so much. It's awful.
Yeah. Well, let's get proactive on this. Are there things in your UX Epic that you feel like we should be moving out as far as
Let me go to that again, because we already made quite some progress with the discussions on the heat map and also the production environments across projects. Did I update the description? I did, but not to the first one. And the CIC direct dashboard, you just need the prototypes, right, at this point, and then yeah.
And
I think
then
that's
I added the Dovetail project,
yeah.
and just getting your questions on there
Yeah.
will help me because I'm going to field those 2 customer interviews that are on July 30th. So we have Nielsen and we have USAA. And I would love to either rehearse with you how
Mm-hmm.
you would want to, and I'll do my best on adhering to your script and your flow, and we'll record it, and then I'll save all of my questions and probing for the
Mm-hmm.
end. That way, you know, we get the design representation there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm comfortable with these items and what we prioritized last
Okay.
week. For me, it's really the calls and everything that I need to catch up with. There are, I don't know, merge request reviews, and if like what I mentioned here, if you have a handbook update or whatever, just merge and then open a follow-up issue, and I'll see later
Okay.
if it's something that it's not really blocking the team. But with the items, I'm comfortable with
Perfect.
the amount of work that we have. Yeah.
And those are all for future milestones. So I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to keep you like available for your current milestone work. Cause I'm seeing like we have a lot of work that Jake's doing and around the deploy freezes UI, and of course, any bugs that we're fixing on that tail end. So,
Yeah.
okay. If you feel comfortable with your UX Epic, I'm comfortable with it. If we need to bump anything out, let's just get ahead of it so that we're setting the expectation with our customers the right way.
Yeah. Okay. And then I think the only one that I didn't go through everything was the environments dashboard, the feature enhancement. But I saw that you already assigned most of them to milestones, and also that Jake left some comments.
Right.
But I think the only one that that I haven't really touched anything on is support grouped environments in the dashboard. As in, we do have something there, but I think this one is the one that will require discussions. I assume that we'll also get more insights once we continue the customer interviews about the environment dashboard.
Right.
So that is I'm talking, but I'm not showing which one. So let me. um, I'm gonna add to the agenda this one here. Yeah. Yeah. So this one needs UX, as in, well, needs a proposal. We do have one, but it's not very detailed.
Yeah, I feel the two that are scheduled for next milestone, one of them is assigned to you and one of them is just in the backlog. You feel okay about those getting okay?
Yeah, the ones that Jake already reviewed, I post some questions. So yeah, he just needs to follow up on that so that we can update the description.
Okay, that sounds good. Right, I feel good about that.
And just a side note from me, Jackie, Hayana, if any, you know, like, I don't know, if anything urgent will suddenly come up and Hayana, you will be busy, let me know. I can always get help. I don't know, we can involve like Dimitri, I don't know, Vitika, anybody on the team. So just, yeah, just to make sure that we can get help if needed. We had those experiences in the past, like of, how do you say, backing up somebody from the other stage group. So I could get help if it would be needed.
For sure.
Because it sounds like intense period, Hayana, but I hope that this will get easier. You know, like it's probably when it started, it all looks like well, all new, but I hope you will get into the routine and hopefully it will get a bit easier.
Yeah, I hope so too. Maybe when I finish my first paper, I'm like, oh, this was easy, and then yeah.
And it makes me laugh because these kinds of things are always self-inflicted. Like, we put this pressure on ourselves. So it's like, how do we moderate that so we don't get so underwater? I do the same thing to myself all the time.
But this is how you get better. You put yourself out of the comfort zone, you struggle a bit, but then you come out as a better person. This is growth. So
absolutely, that's how it works. I know.
Well done. It's just like, let's get through this together, I would say.
For sure, I agree. Okay. And then on the needs UX note for your grouped environments do you think that this is something we should, we need to validate or anything? And I'm also interested in like how Ori thinks about this in relationship to some of the post-deployment monitoring work that she's doing. So I'm wondering if Dimitri should be included in this issue as well.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because since we are now looking at adding more functionalities to the environments dashboard, and this one specifically treats with the changing the dynamics, I guess, of how we communicate the grouped environments. It'd be awesome if you could get their perspective here.
Okay, I'm going to comment to them.
Do we? We do have discussions. I think I'm not sure if it's a Think Big, but I think we have something on YouTube about grouped environments. If we can find this and put it there to give them some more context. Sometimes it's easier to just watch the video. No, it's group releases. That's not group environments.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was thinking of it with Dimitri and Ori, because they're working on the environment index page and like visually grouping things on the deploy board. And like deploy board is the environments dashboard for Kubernetes. Like that's how I'm kind of segmenting it, is the environments index page is really like the Kubernetes way of tracking, and the environments dashboard will be the non-Kubernetes way of tracking deployments. I copied you on that ping, so you'll see what their replies are. Then I think I have a meeting with Ori tomorrow, but I have a conflict, so hopefully this week I'll connect with her as well and kind of get her thoughts on it more intentionally.
Okay. Circling back to the CI/CD, the environment, like, oh my God, the group dashboard. I think the first interview is it's on the 3rd of July, right?
30th of July, yeah.
Okay, just adding here. I can remember. It's good. Sometime there in between. And then I had here the settings UX. This was mostly, yeah, indeed for you, Nadia. I'm not sure if you saw ping from maybe 10 minutes ago from, oh, I didn't actually ping you, but I think you are in the thread. Let me add this here. This issue from Nadia too. Around operations settings and how those things lives. And yeah, Ian, I mentioned here that I have a call scheduled with Ian to discuss, because he's already working on package settings and he just wants to get more context and understand how he can happen. Oh, how he can help. And yeah, I had to hear that I'm not gonna do a lot, maybe this week or so. So I think the updates I can give is really trying to get a sense of how others are working there, but no, I don't predict a lot of movement, but yeah.
I see. And first thing that I want to say that, first of all, it's great that we are starting already to align with other stage groups. Like Ian actually mentioned that to me and he's really excited. I know that he actually already done in the past some work around settings in package. He was moving out some things to make them more visible. So that's great. And Nadia in operations, topic, we have discussed it in the previous Think Big, so that's extremely relevant as well. Happy that we do talk there. Another thing that I want to say, that this project again is not super urgent, right? So like I think we have time. On the other hand, if there is anything that I or Ian, for example, because he's also interested in helping out, maybe you can like delegate some of the things for this month to just make sure that the issue is still going on, and then you are not you know, burning out or not going nuts. That's also great. If you see like if there is a small little things that, you know, we could help moving this forward, I would gladly take care of those, or ask Ian, for example, if he would be interested to like take it temporary.
Yeah,
So.
that sounds good. I think the call with Ian would be the first one in that list of calls that we want to have with, yeah, UX stakeholders. I think we can aim at scheduling sessions with Nadia and the other designers, like maybe operations, configure designers and I don't know, plan designers, whatever, in the upcoming weeks. That will work best for me. And then maybe in the meantime, if Ian and yeah, the others, they can tackle, how do you call, if they can find a way to align their plans with what we are trying to do for, you know, the bigger settings updates. I think that will be the ideal. Because what I want to do exactly is that, saying, oh yes, I'm only available next month, and then have people, I don't know, make people have to wait for me.
Yeah, I think that's great what you're proposing. We can find a way to schedule the sessions. I'm not sure if you would be able to help doing that. And then whenever, in the meantime, we can start talking to those people and then kind of like collecting at least the overview of the efforts that they are doing, in order like maybe to then together create the map, or like to ask them to map their issues to ours. So we can, like, as we go, we can find a plan there. But yeah, so if you, do you think you will be able to schedule the sessions, or should I help you out there? We'll gladly do, by the way.
I rather schedule myself, because then I can look at my schedule, and yeah, since we are on the same time zone, that also works. But I'm aiming at looking at that only next week. I have a call with Ian, I think this Friday, Thursday. Yeah.
Great.
And then from that, we can realign. Do you want to be invited to this call? Do you want to participate?
Yeah, for sure, as optional, and then I will see if I will have time to join or not.
I do here.
Otherwise, I'll just watch the recording.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Hannah.
Done. It's a placeholder, so if I have to move, you know. I think that's it. Laura's not here today, but Jackie, do you have like any updates or anything from a research point of view? I don't know, to share, or just plans for this interviews that you have. I think with Steve, we have an interview next week.
Yeah, so I think we have one Thursday with Marine on runbooks, and then next week we have a discussion with Steve on group releases, and then I will hopefully have a call scheduled with Philip Hasper on group releases as well, because he wants to support the association of group milestones to releases. So I think he'll have a good perspective on like how those two should intersect. And I'll have those recorded and published in the Dovetail. I will take the transcript and tag the transcript and create some insights. So hopefully we'll have good perspective on like what your prototype should do or change. And of course you're on all those calls as, you know, as an optional attendee. So you'll get the feedback there.
Awesome. And let me know if you want to show the prototypes on Figma, or if you need me to export, or whatever way is best. Because now everything is in this one big mess file. So I think I can organize that also to make your life easier.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Final question. Jackie, thanks for sharing the secret management presentation in the FYI items. Just curious, where are we using those? Like, I'm curious, like, what was the use case to create those for you?
So HashiCorp approached me and asked to do a joint presentation for a webinar. So they're trying to, they really want to do joint go-to-market work. So that was just one of the opportunities that came up. From a partner perspective, it's a really cool thing, because it means that they think that, you know, we're adding value for their customer base, which is exciting. Like, that's good to hear. I like when I get approached by partners to do those kinds of coordination meetings together.
It's awesome. Yeah.
And then I think that's what precipitated it. And I just wanted you to be aware that, like, we're getting that visibility and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So it holds more a marketing idea behind that. Well, and I see it's kind of like there is a little bit of like the visionary explanation here as well. Like, what is it gonna possibly look like?
Exactly. And Kraz is like my lead on that from an engineering perspective. So trying to also get his visibility higher. Like, I want him to be able to contribute and feel like he's impacting the HashiCorp and GitLab story, right?
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. And a little tiny note: I'm on vacation starting mid next week to the mid next other. So I'm actually taking it crazy and flying to Ukraine to visit my mom. So
be safe. Be safe.
Yeah, we'll try to. It seems like it's more or less okay-ish. Like, I'm having some crazy friends who are flying right now, and they say it's fine. Well, maybe even like airports are the safest places to be, because everyone is in masks anyway, and distance. But it's a bit crazy. But yeah,
I know it's hard to miss family. I'm running into the same kind of feelings. Like, I really want to go see my family too. Usually, I would have seen them probably 2 or 3 times by now, and.
Yeah, you too are. Yeah, it's crazy times.
Really,
sure, Hayana, you feel the same.
I haven't seen my family since December last year, so I probably won't see them this year. So, but it's a short flight, right, Nadia? It
is 2 hours, 2:15 exactly. Yeah, and it's direct. Like, I really wanted it to be like direct, because it's a bit tough in Ukraine, you know. Like, it's
right.
But yeah, so I tried to choose the safest places, like the safest things possible. But exactly, I haven't seen my mom from December last year, and she's fully alone there. And I feel like, yeah, hey, and I stay there for 1 month. but I take days off like for 1 week. So I'm going to be working from there a bit. So to keep her company a bit in this crazy period.
Well, good. That's exciting. I'm glad you're taking the time. That's so important, these days. It's really good.
Anything else, ladies?
Okay. All right. Thank you all so much. As always, this was such a good call. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.